What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's Easter Sunday. We have a small modification that we're going to do to the car. We are going to take out, remove, and plug the intercooler resonator. Now, some of you guys have seen people doing this modification. All we're doing is we're removing a plastic chamber that's connected to one of the charge pipes. Now, allegedly, by removing this and plugging it up, you're getting some increased throttle response, turbo spool, and people have reported that you're actually getting louder noises coming from the turbo system. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a try today. It's a very easy modification. It's just a matter of removing a plastic piece. I purchased a Turbosmart. It's basically like a billet blank that you put in place of that plastic assembly, and it just sits in to a rubber hose and plugs up the hole. So it's just a plug. The piece itself, including shipping, cost me about $8.50. I will include the part number in the description down below. That way you guys, if you want to try it, you can. Again, it's a simple modification, and we're going to find out whether or not it actually does what people are stating that it does. So hang tight. We're going to get through the process of actually doing the install, and then we're going to do, I'm going to call them side-by-side comparisons, but it's going to be one after the other. We're going to do some video of pulls from 0 to 60. We're going to do pulls from 20 to 40 miles per hour, and then we're going to fluctuate the RPM so that we can hear the turbo spool and then the wastegate release some of that pressure. So not only are we going to do that in the normal mode, we're going to do that in sport mode, and we're going to do that for pre-installation of the plug or after installation of the plug, and we're going to see if there's any difference. So you guys stay tuned, hang on. We're going to go ahead and get through the installation of this. It should be very quick, and then we're going to get into the fun part. Listen to all those good noises. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so we're going to make short work of the removal of this resonator. So first thing that we have to do, of course, is remove the intake box. As you guys have seen in previous videos, I've gone through and I've removed that cover that sits over the radiator. From there, it gives us access to this section here. Now, as you can see, this plastic piece right here is the resonator for the intercooler. Now, there is a bolt right there. It's the one middle of the screen. I'm gonna point right there, the ratchet at it. That is a 10 millimeter. So there's 3 of them from what I was seeing when I was scouting it. There's this one that sits right below the bracket, as you can see right there. And then there's 2 on the bottom of the car underneath the wheel well. So my plan of attack is to remove this one right here, to remove the 2 on the back side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and unclamp this hose here. That is for that nice boost, the boosty boost. We're gonna remove that, and we should be able just to pull this straight up. So let me go ahead and get to removing these. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on the back side, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove the clamps in this hose so that we can try to lift that part up. So this is the underside of the resonator that's attached to the intercooler. So this is your intercooler piping that also runs down below to the rubber hose that connects to the intercooler. On the back side, this is what feeds off of the main pipe into that resonator chamber. So again, it is 10 millimeters. All we are going to do is remove this final bolt down here, which is, it's kind of out of range from the camera. Sorry, the camera stepped at a weird angle. So there's one down here, and then all we have to do is loosen this clamp right here, and this whole assembly should just kind of fall off to the side, at which point we can pull it up and it's going to go out the top. Now once this whole assembly is gone, we're going to still utilize this hose and we're still going to utilize this clamp, but all we're going to do is we're going to take the Turbosmart plug and it's going to sit in place like so, and then the clamp is going to, of course, clamp around that billet piece, stay in there. So now, instead of the air going through here, going through this assembly, dampening itself to quiet it down, it should just have a clear, unobstructed path. Of course, having this additional chamber here, it's still gonna somewhat dampen the effect of it, but not as bad as having that resonator chamber. And then at some point in the future, this whole piping is gonna get changed out with custom-made intercooler piping, which is already on pre-order. So 30 of us lucky individuals will get the brand new polished piping that are custom made for this Accord. So enough yapping, let me go ahead and disassemble these parts, and I will put the billet in there. You guys are gonna watch me do it all in one go, and then we'll look at the final product. All right, guys, so quick update. I ended up going a different route. So I was initially going to pull the resonator at the top. The biggest issue that I faced is the resonator has a chamber that goes down, which was connected to that tube that we saw. And it's hard plastic, so it's hard to kind of finagle it with the room that you have in here. But what I did do, and this is actually the easiest route, you guys should do this from the very beginning, is because the car is actually right now on a single jack. I removed these 3 locking screws. Sorry, changing the camera angle. And I removed them from the skid plate. So there's 2 up in front. There's one right here and one right here, and then one on that corner. So 3 of them total. The skid plate comes down. I'm sure you guys have seen the skid plate before if you've been down this low. And basically all I did was push the resonator down in the position that it was in. So this is how it sits. I angled it downwards and then came down, and then it popped out right here. It took literally probably about 2 minutes to do it, and that was with me, you know, stopping, thinking, trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to go about it. But this is the final result. So this thing is hard plastic. It does not bend. If you want to try to take a cutoff wheel or a Sawzall while you're on that side of the car, you can, but the easiest way to do it, remove the skid plate, push it down, plastic bends, the thing pops out very easily. That's pretty much it. Now all I've got to do is button everything back up and go take it for a test drive. guys, so that was the end of the test. The installation of that plug was actually very easy, and for $8.50, I think, honestly, and it's probably hard for you guys to hear through the speakers, but I think it does actually make a little bit of a difference in terms of noise. I can hear the spool. It's definitely more prevalent than it was before. As far as throttle response goes, it's kind of hard to tell. Turbo responsiveness, again, that's kind of hard to tell unless you're looking at actual data. I mean, even though I have my K-tuner and I can read all the data here in front of me, I will say the butt dyno says for $10 or less, it's definitely something that you guys should do. But with that being said, that is the video for today. Again, I hope you guys have a happy Easter. This should be released while it's still Easter. But you guys stay safe. Avoid each other. Don't get the virus. But if you do, fuck it. Thanks for watching. Once again, this is Fahrenheit Motorsports. Take it easy.